would use, like as an example. We wouldn't actually practice this when we did our simulations, but this is just to give you a visual perspective. So, in other words, we have the airplanes in the middle, okay? And this separation can represent anything. Let's say this is horizontal. This is 1,000 feet each side. So a total of 2,000 feet, 2,000 feet. Make up whatever number you want. Okay, but let's use 2,000 feet in this example. What does that mean? That means these can never, under any circumstances, can these sticks touch each other in any way whatsoever. Okay, so here's a simple, straightforward example. If you ever flown into a major airport like Chicago O'Hare and you look over and there's another airplane that's landing right next to you, well, they're not even remotely close. So at SeaTac, we have 3 runways. We have one in the center, one on the right, one on the left. We used to not have one on the left, or whatever side you're coming on, one on the right. Why? Because they couldn't parallel land. Airplanes could not land parallel side by side because they were the runways were too close together. So if you did this, they would hit. So what did they have to do? Build another runway over here. So now you can have parallel landings. When you have staggered like this, it makes the separation requirements greater because it's all about best practice. Okay. This is what makes this DCA accident shocking. So, we are talking about separation, okay? So how do we analyze that when you're talking about a facility? So the one thing we were taught was every facility, of course, is going to have its own best practice of separation. How they separate aircraft. What is it that is acceptable as far as distance, okay? So is it something like this? Or are they allowed to have less, right? Okay, so maybe this is 500 feet, whatever. Whatever the facility is, it's going to have a best practice. And when I say facility, now we're transitioning to the tower because this is the area and the airspace in which the collision happened at DCA. What was the best practice there? And this is incredibly shocking, what I'm going to read you here. From Jennifer Hamady, she's the chair of the NTSB. Currently, helicopters and airplanes can be as close as 75 feet apart during landing. "75 feet apart during landing." Hamady said the distance is insufficient and unsafe. She said, "Unfortunately, people lost lives and loved ones are grieving." Hamady sought to reassure the public that aviation is incredibly safe, but noted there are safety issues that